The Galactic Council had seen many strange things in their time, but nothing prepared them for the sight of a human effortlessly taming the most feared predator in the known universe. For centuries, the planet Scifi had been declared a death world. Its ecosystem was dominated by the Xiron, a beast so ferocious that even the mightiest warlords dared not challenge it. Towering at 10 feet with razor-sharp claws, armored scales, and a roar that could shatter stone, the Xiron was the undisputed apex predator. Even the most advanced civilizations have failed to control or domesticate them. The Galactic Council, made up of various species from across the stars, had sent their finest warriors and scientists to study and, if possible, tame the Xiron. All had failed. That was until the humans arrived. Captain Elias Carter, a rugged and seasoned explorer, was the first human ever permitted on Scifi. The Council had little faith in him, considering humans a relatively young species in the galactic community. They were known for their adaptability and reckless bravery, but even that would not be enough against the Xiron. The mission was simple: survive 1 hour in the Xiron's territory. The Galactic Council expected a spectacle, a futile struggle against nature's deadliest beast. Instead, what they witnessed defied all logic. Carter stepped into the dense alien jungle with nothing but a backpack and a calm expression. The Xiron emerged from the shadows, its red eyes glowing with primal rage. The watching council members braced for the inevitable carnage. But Carter didn't run. He didn't raise a weapon. He simply knelt and reached into his backpack. To the absolute shock of everyone, he pulled out a simple slab of raw meat. He tossed it gently toward the Xiron and sat still. The beast hesitated. It had never encountered prey that did not flee or fight. Its nostrils flared, taking in the scent of the offering. Slowly, cautiously, it crept forward, its razor-like teeth glistening under the twin suns of Scifi. A tense silence filled the Galactic Council chamber as the live footage streamed in. The Xiron sniffed the meat, let out a deep growl, and then ate it. The Council gasped in disbelief. No creature had ever willingly approached a Xiron without being torn apart. But Carter wasn't done. He reached into his pack again and pulled out another piece of meat. This time he held it in his hand. The Xiron's growl deepened, but did not attack. It took slow, deliberate steps toward the human. Then, in one swift motion, it snapped up the meat from Carter's hand. The chamber erupted into chaos. Council members chattered furiously in their respective languages. What was this madness? How could a mere human pacify the most fearsome predator in the galaxy? Carter chuckled, as if reading their minds. He pulled out a small device and spoke into it. People always think taming is about force, but really, it's about trust. You don't challenge the beast. You make the beast trust you. The Xiron, now staring intently at Carter, slowly lowered its massive head. Carter, in a move that sent shockwaves through the Galactic Council, reached out and placed his hand on its snout. The beast did not flinch. Instead, it let out a low rumble, something eerily close to a purr. The silence in the council chamber was deafening. Minutes passed. Carter continued feeding the Xiron small portions, keeping his movements deliberate and unthreatening. Then he stood up and took a slow step back. The Xiron did not lunge. It simply followed, its tail swaying slightly. Carter turned to the camera drone, hovering nearby, and smirked. And that, my friends, is how you make a friend. The council was in uproar. Species who had spent centuries studying the Xiron could not believe what they had just witnessed. Countless resources, soldiers, and researchers had been lost trying to understand or control these creatures. Yet a human, a species barely a footnote in galactic history, had done the impossible. High Chancellor Xifar, a being of crystalline form, finally found his voice. How? How did you do that? Carter grinned. Humans have a history of taming wild beasts. Wolves became dogs. Wild horses became steeds. Lions became circus performers. And honestly, the Xiron isn't that different from a big cat, just meaner and with a bit more armor. Xifar struggled to process this. So you mean to tell me you just gave it food? Carter shrugged. It's not just about food. It's about patience, understanding, and knowing how to handle creatures without fear. He turned to the Xiron, which was now sitting beside him like a well-trained hound. Besides, every creature, no matter how dangerous, has instincts. You just need to know how to use them. The council members exchanged stunned glances. The implications were enormous. If humans could tame the Xiron, what else were they capable of? That day, the galactic perception of humanity changed forever. The species once dismissed as reckless and primitive had just achieved something no other race had. The humans were not just survivors. They were the ultimate tamers of the wild. As Carter left the jungle, the Xiron followed him obediently, much to the disbelief of the watching council. They had come expecting a gruesome demise. Instead, they had witnessed history being made. One thing became clear. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, and now they would have to reconsider everything they thought they knew about this resilient, unpredictable species.